what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a marvelous feeling that in this Sunday in August, everything is going your way. Welcome to the Voice of Hope Connection. I'm your host, D. Foster III, CEO and President of Wake Up Global Networks International. You know the spiel at the beginning on this Sunday morning before you go to brunch, before you go to lunch, before you go to wherever you're going to church. Put a copy of this link in your bio. There is a word that I believe the Father is sending us to get us through the week. I want to shout out to all of you, all of our supporters. I hope you're having an enjoyable, great summer. Shout out to the owner and operator of WPB Media Networks, April J. Want to say thank you so much, and her mother, Pastor Maple Hall. Hope you all are enjoying a great summer, you and your family, and thank you so much for continuing to give us this platform to have our voice heard. If you want to know more, go to our website, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com. www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com. And if you feel generous to give a summer seed offering, you can do so. Our address for Zelle and PayPal is WAKEUPP03@gmail.com. It's on the screen, and guess what? Non-tax deductible. And guess what? More than that, you're sowing a seed into good ground. And to find out what we do, you can surely continue to visit our website. Also, follow us on all of our social media platforms. And if you choose, you can follow me, DJ Change 111, DJ Change 111. That's on IG and X. In the link of my IG bio, there's a link rather, if you want to become a part of our lit Patreon. We're sharing some of that footage during the summer while I just get a little sabbatical. We are sharing some of our lit Patreon footage, not all of it, and we're sharing some of the footage from our spiritual growth master classes. So feel free to join in every Friday or once a week to the Voice Over There podcast right here on this channel, and you'll get all of our content. Again, happy summer, happy summer, happy summer. Now, I want to get into this real quickly because I know you are on your way out. I know that you have invitations today, but I want to share with you that in this life of ups and downs and topsy-turvy and ins and outs, how you can stabilize yourself. You know, when I was growing up, we went to a church, and when they would first come in, and some of you may be able to identify with this, go to a church, and before they start the service, someone would get up and they would say, begin to center yourself. And, you know, I have to admit, I never, ever, ever understood what that means. Center yourself, you know, especially as a child growing up. What does center yourself mean? But as I grew, as I matured, as I went through life, I understand what center is. Center is simply to bring yourself, your parts, your emotions, your feelings, everything that's out there dealing with daily life back, into the center of your core being. What is your and my core being? It is our spirit. It is our essence. So as you go through this week, and life is going to be topsy-turvy. There are going to be ups and downs and ins and outs. But I want to encourage you to practice centering yourself. What? To bring yourself through prayer, through worship, through meditation, through a walk in nature, to center yourself, to bring all of those scattered parts of your life back to your core being. See, this is what Jesus did. After Jesus spent a lot of time ministering and feeding people and opening blind eyes and opening deaf ears and making the lame to walk and answering questions and answering Pharisees and Sadducees, of course, as man, he was depleted. So what did he say? He says, I'm going to center myself. What's that? I'm going to leave all of this noise. I'm going to leave all of this drama, and I'm going to the other side. I'm going into a spiritual dimension to come back to the core of who I am. I am not everything I see. I am not everything I hear. I am not everything they say. I am spirit. I am divine. I am, y'all getting it now? I am one with God. So as you travel through this week, Your parts will be scattered. Scattered taking care of bills, scattered answering critics, scattered going to work, scattered paying the bills, scattered in relationships. However, those parts will be scattered. But in order to make it through with a sanity of mind, you've got to center yourself. You've got to find time. Well, I don't have no time. You've got to find time to bring yourself back. Here's the word: into balance. See, the problem with the world, the problem why people are going crazy, the problem why people are insane, the problem why people say they can't take no more is because they're out of balance. They're out of balance. They're only feeding one aspect of their life. But take the lesson from Jesus. Jesus says, listen, with all that's going on, and it ain't gonna never stop, people are still going to be hungry. People always going to need a comfort. People always going to need healing. People always going to need to be healed. People always going to need to be fed. People always going to need their eyes open. But I'm going to center myself. I'm going to the other side. In other words, I'm stepping out of the side of need. I'm stepping out of the side of emotion. I'm stepping out of the side of feeling, and I'm going to the core. That's what's center. I'm going to the core of who I am. I'm getting realigned with God, and therefore, y'all see this? And I'm getting realigned with myself. Now, when I do that, I can deal with whatever life has to bring. My grandfather used to give us a scripture when we were over his house every morning. He would say, what's your scripture for today? We would say, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. That's centering yourself. When you realize no matter what you are up against this week, that because I am centered, because I am focused, greater is he that is in me than he that is in all that stuff that has to be taken care of. Listen, I want to hear from you. The voice over the globe at gmail.com. The voice over the globe at gmail.com. Don't forget the Voice Over Now podcast every Friday. We're taking you into special footage. I want you to enjoy your summer. I want you to enjoy this week. But remember, how do I survive these turbulent times? Got to do like they used to say in the old church. You're going to have to center yourself. Come back to the core of who you really are. You're not flesh. You're not your experience, but you are divine. You are one with God, and God is one with you. You remember that? You can make it through anything. Until next week, this is D. Foster 3 reminding you there is hope. Stay connected to it. Peace.